Hey guys! So this is my makeup tutorial for Go Go Tomago from Big Hero 6. I just got this wig today and I'm super excited, so I wanted to go straight into a tutorial. So I just washed my face, and so I am starting off with my moisturizer, which is Benefit's Triple Performing Moisturizer. I actually have slightly oily skin, and I've noticed that if I don't moisturize, my skin overcompensates and actually becomes more oily than usual. So every day I always start off with the moisturizer. Whether it's right after I wash my face, say if I take a shower in the evening, or just before I put on my makeup, just to create a nice, even palette of happy skin. I next add It's Potent, which is an under eye cream. I usually put it all over the eye. Again, just creates a nice base. It helps my eyeshadow stay better. It also helps with the puffiness under the eyes or darkness under the eyes. I tend to have really dark circles under my eyes, and plus the fact that I just got back from Thanksgiving, so from all the driving and traveling and like being with my parents and all that, I got huge bags under my eyes, so they need some love and attention. Speaking of, I then take my Play Sticks, also from Benefit, and just a really nice under eye concealer that has great coverage. I love it. So I just put it on nice and thick. I actually start with what would be my normal everyday amount and then go, well, if this is for cosplay, gotta add a bit more. Because you have to think, you're taking photographs and you really don't want the bags under your eyes showing. Plus, it's an animated character, so you do want your skin to look like unrealistically smooth, which I know at least for me is not easy to do, so bring on the concealer. I also then take that same concealer stick and put it on certain points that tend to get a little bit darker or redder, just so that I don't have to worry about it. And I just use my finger to rub it in. I think your finger is like one of the best blenders you can use when it comes to makeup. And then I take Benefit's version of BB cream called Big Easy, and I believe I'm number 01 Fair. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to get it to focus on it, in part because just computer camera focusing, but also because I'm sitting in front of a window, so it's actually really bright, so it's hard to focus. But I take my foundation brush, and just taking the BB cream that I put on my hand, I just slowly apply it. I usually start with my chin, under my nose, and my nose because those usually need the heaviest coverage. And then I'll move on to my cheeks and my forehead. But as you can see, I like to use that crook between my thumb and my pointer finger as sort of a makeup palette. I'll put whatever creams I need and just put it there, and it's so easy. I love it. And just make sure you get nice even coverage. If you need a bit more, feel free to add another layer. Some people would use like a pure foundation as compared to BB cream. And I was using one for a while, but it was a little too good at moisturizing, so my skin would actually just look like practically wet. So it just didn't work for me. So I now use this BB cream and I love it. It dries really nice and matte, and I don't have any excess oil or anything, so I can go all day without touching it up. If it's a con, I'll usually bring my powder foundation just in case I need to, but I usually don't. So I'm starting with it's actually a brown eyeliner, and I'm using it just to get the shape of my brows. It's an old one I've had from Benefit for a while. So I just fill in my brows just to get the right shape, and then I'll go in with a better color, go in it in black, just to give it the right color. So I'm using my Beautifully Disney Haunted Mansion makeup palette. I just got it a few weeks ago, and I'm kind of obsessed. Check I have another YouTube video that I will be posting soon that's all about all of the Haunted Mansion stuff I have. But it's super easy, just use an angle brush and fill in the brows. You already have the shape created, so you're just following that shape and covering the brown eyeliner. And just make sure it's nice and full and even. It is really hard to get even, which is why I like to go over it in eyeliner first, just to make sure it is clearly defined. And then just keep filling it in until it feels nice and solid. I do actually naturally have white blonde eyebrows that I dye. And so I've gotten really used to filling in my brows. And especially as I'm cosplaying characters that have darker hair than me, I get a lot of practice. So next I'm going to do my eyes. That's my really sad and pathetic black eyeliner. I usually use a liquid liner for every day, so that one doesn't get much use except for when I'm wearing a cosplay. But you're just getting, I don't usually do my waterline because I have smaller eyes, so I want to get my lash line. And then later I'll fill in my waterline with white, which will actually make my eyes look bigger. So I'm just getting my top and bottom lash lines, not worrying too much about being precise, because I'm going to go over that in a shadow shortly. But just to get the right line, make sure I get really into the lash line. This is where you can really play with your eye shape. I really like the almond shape of my eyes, so I definitely play that up whenever I'm using this much eyeliner and not just my usual retro liquid liner, which is like my everyday go-to. But I figure Go Go Tomago, she's not really I'm gonna sit here and really precisely put on liquid liner. No, she's more of a just smudge on some liner and shadow and be done with it. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm now sponging it. And yeah, don't be too exact with it. And then I take my same angle brush and going over the same black that I used for my brows. I'm just following that line, making it a little bit more intense, a little bit more defined, a little bit thicker as well. And then with the top lash, I do give it just a bit of a wing. You probably don't have to, but that just sort of instinct to me. So when I do wear it for a con, I may not give it a wing, but it's me. The wing is kind of like my go-to. And again, just take your time with it. Make sure you practice, because it could be a full-on panic if it's the day of the con and you realize, oh no, I don't have the right eyeshadow or lipstick or whatever, so practice. Also, please ignore the massive mess behind me. So I now take What's Up, which is also a Benefit product, and they love their puns and their titles. So I just do right under the brow and then the tear duct, just to sort of highlight it. And it helps balance out the darkness of the liner and the shadow that you're using. And then I'll also take the white color, it's more of a champagne color, and go over the same areas. And feel free to make this as light or as heavy as you want. It will depend a lot on the venue. If you're in a strictly indoor con with lots of fluorescent lights, you want to make your makeup a little bit more intense, whereas if you're in an outdoor area with lots of natural light, you can go really light with, say, the gray shadow that I'm now putting on just to highlight the crease for the most part, and also just follow the line that I've already made just to make it a little bit more smudgy looking. And then you sort of clean off the brush on your hand and grab the champagne color again and just get the top right there, which will just help highlight it and give your lid some nice definition. Now, from the reference photos I looked at, it looks like she has a purple shadow that perfectly matches her hair, but because I'm just doing this video right after I got my wig, I'm just working with whatever I have right now. So I'm using this color and it'll do the trick, but I'll probably get a more accurate shadow later. And you're just really getting the outer corners so that you're hinting at the color, but it's not overwhelming. And I also find it helps to balance out the gray, because if your eyeshadow is just too like black and gray, at least for me, it makes me look a bit more ashen. So I need the warmer colors to balance it out. And as I said earlier, I take just a white eyeliner. I believe that's from MAC. And you hit the waterline and just go over it. It'll take some time to really get the color on there, but it really helps just make your eyes look so much bigger. And you guys obviously don't need to use the same products I do. I'm a Benefit girl because that's where I also go to get my eyebrows dyed, so I've become a full convert. But I still don't use much of their eyeshadows or lipsticks. Most of mine are from MAC or or the Disney makeup line. So go with whatever you like. So next I take my mascara. This I will wholeheartedly recommend. It's called They're Real and it's from Benefit. And I swear it makes my lashes look as if I'm wearing false eyelashes. Like it's that amazing. And I actually just got a fresh tube and just the difference is remarkable. So I go up on my lashes, also go down on my top lashes to fully coat the lash and make it that much thicker and longer and, dare I say, badass? Can eyelashes be badass? I'm not sure, but it does make them give them more of that animated style. Also, if there's like one makeup product I'm obsessed with, besides under eye concealer, it's mascara. And then, yeah, get your bottom lashes as well. You can see the difference right here between my left and right eye, but in terms of which one has mascara and which one doesn't. The difference is quite remarkable. And then just repeat the process with your top and bottom lash when your wig is not getting in the way. I will say, probably don't put on your makeup with your wig on because the wig will just get in the way and you might get like foundation or mascara on the wig hairs. But I'm just keeping the wig on for this tutorial. Also because it's my first time doing the makeup for this costume. And the color balance and the color intensity, how much you want will vary a lot just depending on what the wig looks like. Yeah, wig problems. So that's the eyes. Next, I will take my blush. That is Sugar Bomb. It's one I've had for a long time, and it cracked, and it's basically turned to powder, but I love the color, so I just tap it really lightly with a big brush, and then it kind of went insane, so I was trying to tap some of it off. But just put it on a little bit at a time. As you can tell, this one has really intense pigmentation, and it's wonderful, but it is so easy to do too much. So just slowly work with it, and if you do put on too much, you can put some powder foundation over it to try to calm it down a bit. It looks like it's too much here, but I've gotten used to, because I started going to cons in Britain, they're all indoor cons because it's Britain, it rains. So I got used to kind of overdoing the blush to mitigate the crazy lighting inside their convention centers. But in LA, there's more outdoor opportunities, outdoor photo shoots, so you don't need to be as intense with it. So next I'm taking my lipstick. It is from the Haunted Mansion Beautifully Disney line. It's in the color Ghost Toast. It's just sort of like an 80s purple color. I kind of love it. It kind of makes me feel like a Barbie. But it's the perfect color for Go Go Tomago's lips. I was looking in detail in some reference photos, and that color really is perfect. So if you happen to live near Disneyland, that's where to go for your Go Go Tomago lipstick.